Hey everybody, it's Sunday. There's no kids here to announce the name of the show. It's time for the show.
The SASS.
The SASS.
Comes from him.
It does. Nope. No shoes on, no SASS. Camera stays up here. Nope, can't put you on there. You haven't put your shoes on yet.
We currently have a child walking around our public parking lot with no shoes on.
Yep, now he's on my feet. Ow.
Where they do like mechanic work and there's like probably oil and
Oh, definitely oil.
car.
Yeah. There's no goats today. The kids are sad there's no goats. We're outside. It's nice outside today.
Yeah. But they were
Enjoying
pretty
the mid
entertained.
70s nighttime temperatures and breezy, not raining finally for the first time in like a week.
Yeah, it's been raining like a month.
A month. Well, this week it's been raining all day
I
and
heard
night.
them say something like there was at least 15 mudslides throughout the city.
That's
Yeah,
bad.
and they've been going through digging out all the people.
Yep.
It's pretty bad.
We found the key.
Not a hurricane, but a lot of raining.
We found the key we were missing last week. Oh, movie night. We didn't talk about movie night last week because we mentioned movie night, but then we had movie night. We had movie night last Sunday night. It was good.
It was good.
It was good. We had lots of people. It was good or it was well?
We had,
It went well.
We had at least 2 new families that were not here usually. Lots of kids running around. One of them dressed in a tutu and wings.
Yeah, it was great.
It was awesome. And,
When,
and she was not shy.
No, she went over to everybody. Hi, how you doing? Sneeze on you. Hey, who are you? Sneeze.
She had a
She
runny
had a
nose.
cold. Yeah, it was
and
great.
I think she was trying out each family. Like she would sit with them and ask for a little while. She'd ask what was going on in the movie, eat some popcorn, and then go try out another one.
Yep. And then
And-
when the devil got stabbed with the sword by Christian, she's like, he won, yeah,
They made
he
up
won.
a dance. Yep.
Yeah, the dancing. It was funny.
It was great.
I'm not gonna show you
She's
the dance.
like maybe 6 or 7. You know,
It's cuter when little
she's
kids do it than when I do
yeah.
it. I'm not cute when I dance.
It was great. Everybody enjoyed it. The adults loved it, and I think it was a good time to just be able to
Be
have
together.
some fun together. Yeah,
Yep.
It was nice.
First time I've done that since COVID, so that was nice. That we'd be able to do that.
It has been.
But we did that. So then everybody decided to go out of town. Like a lot
Well,
of people.
first we got a cistern.
Oh yeah, we did. We got a thing to baptize people.
Cistern as in a water tank.
Not a brethren. Cistern.
So we have a friend of ours
That
who,
joke will never get old.
who had one. We came up with this idea instead of going to the beach, which we could, but we were concerned about various aspects of that. And so we wanted to make it a little more accessible. So we asked, and she happened to have one. God provided that very
Yep.
accessible, but we had to go get it, right?
Yeah, that didn't work out so
And
well.
so we said it's been raining for like a month, and that day was no exception. So we left thinking, oh, we're going to beat the rain. Of course, it started sprinkling as soon as we left. The person lives 5 minutes from us, literally. And as soon as we crossed the street, it poured.
Yeah.
It poured for an hour,
Like an hour.
at least.
We sat in our car and listened to Narnia on DVD or CD and waited and went home.
Visited the mechanic
and then it stopped
shop,
raining.
And yeah, it was still raining. And then decided to go home, and it stopped.
Yep, and the power came back on, which is nice. So.
Oh, and the power had been out all day,
Yeah,
But
they're like-
it was programmed, so they say it's to better the system.
Yep,
We'll see.
It can't
When
get
the power
worse.
came back
it can't
on,
worsen the system.
we had canceled a Bible study that night because the power was supposed to be off at church, and it was just so much rain. And with that causes a lot of mudslides and stuff here. So we decided to cancel it, and we were able to take the extra time to go get the cistern. But yeah, so they showed us a picture. We had to get the cistern over a 7-foot wall.
He said 5-foot wall. It was not 5 feet. It was 7.
And
It's a big difference.
the picture didn't look too bad. It was, just a little skinny wall. It's not a full wall. You just,
Yeah, like-
give it a little push over.
Just
It's
push
cool.
it over top. It'll be fine. So we strapped it in. We put a strap around it and pulled a rope and pulled it over the top. And this is come. It'll boom. It'll come right over the top. Yeah, I didn't want to go over the top.
And did I mention it had been raining?
Yeah, it started raining.
It was still raining.
So we were wet, and the
It
cisterns
was-
are heavy. They're actually really heavy. So the guy came from across the street and he saw us with our plight, us four kids.
So
and
imagine this.
wife pulling the
we
rope.
tried to do it the first time.
Hey, you're being rope holders. Good job.
Yeah, I was holding the rope.
I was the one underneath the cistern.
But imagine this. What happened is you're cutting me off like
my
movie
arm.
night,
It's because this is like heavy.
So I'm sorry, the phone.
It's so heavy.
Couldn't push
Arm
it. Couldn't
tired.
push your sister over. You
I've
couldn't.
been waving my arms around for 2 hours. You see my preaching? The arms never sit still.
Yeah. So, yeah, imagine this. I'm on one end with the ropes and a couple of kids behind me, and he's on the other end of the wall, the other
On a
side
ladder.
of the wall, on a ladder. We tried to do it the first time, and we realized we wouldn't get anywhere. And so he started going up the ladder, trying to push it. And, yeah, this guy looks out and he sees that, and so he decided to rescue us.
Yeah, so we got it over the wall. And then we're like, all right, we'll just put it in the van. It doesn't fit in the van. It's too big. It's got to go on top of the van. So we got to get it on top
It's
of the
short
van.
by, like, just a little bit.
And we got it up there. It's
so we
fine.
cut it off, thought it would fit.
I
Still
hate-
didn't go in the wall.
I hate ratchet straps. I really do.
Battle
'Cause
with untangling ratchet straps.
I remember
and-
how to use ratchet straps when I use them, and then I put them away, and then I forget how to use them again until the next time I need to use them, and I don't remember how to use them the next time.
Yeah,
which is
and
pretty
of
sad.
course, we had all the kids with us,
I lose
and now
man
that our
points for
kids
that
are teenagers, they think they know how to do all
They
the
know how to
things.
do all the things. Yeah. Oh, here, no, I need this. I need the ratchet, not the strap. Oh, you mean this one? Nope, the yellow one. You mean
And
the
then
blow?
the toddlers who want to run away with the exact thing that you need at that moment.
No. Yep.
So,
That's how it went. Well, we
That
got
was-
it.
that
We
was
got
how-
it. It's at our
we
house,
got it.
empty. We're gonna clean it,
Sitting
and
in our
hopefully
front
next
yard.
Sunday we get to baptize.
our neighbors probably
Next week
wonder
or
why
two.
we have a thing sitting in our front yard.
Oh, of course they are. They're very curious about that.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it's cool. We got it,
yeah.
and yeah, we're ready. We just have to fix a couple of holes in it
And fill it up with water and
and
clean
fill
it,
it up with water
and put people in it
and put people in it.
and baptize.
The guy who was gonna be baptized, he wasn't quite ready today. He's having some work schedule
Yeah, his boss making work on Sunday mornings.
yeah, he's having a hard time. He was previously a part of a cult, and they required Saturdays off. And
So he gave him Saturday
it
off for a
wasn't
long time.
Adventist; it was a different kind of cult. And so he got him off, but he's had a hard time getting him back on a different schedule to get Sundays available. But he was here this morning, so that was good.
No, he wasn't.
So, yes, he was.
Oh yeah, he was. I think he was. I had to him. He was here.
He was
Oh.
here.
He was here. He was here. My bad. I didn't get talking. I was talking to everybody else. Like, trying to get ready for communion.
So
'cause we
moving
had
that was
communion
good.
today.
That was good.
Yep,
And
we
then
got our sister.
we've been in contact a little bit more with Alexander, who
Yep.
has been coming, and he's got a lot of questions.
Jeremiah,
and,
no.
We're not so sure about him yet, but he was able to find work
Good
with
guy.
one of the guys in the church, and,
Yeah, that was
and
cool.
that's been a really neat,
Yeah, he's-
just God provision there. He was looking, and the guy in the church hired him.
Yep.
Without knowing him, he
Been
just
working
gave
all
him
week.
work. So he's been working all week.
That's good. And then
And he was back this morning
came
too.
this morning to the English service, but everybody else didn't come to English service normally there. One of
Yeah.
them's in South America. One of them called me. They're on the road traveling, and they were all gone this morning. And then so most of them were out this morning.
One went to Florida with her sister, and so with a church, it's kind of hard to. With it small, when a few people are missing, it shows. And the holidays are
Yeah.
going to be like that. And we know
Yeah,
that.
we're already ready for that. We know the next
But
couple of months are like
today was more discouraging at first because it was the day that we were supposed to have our first Santa Cena, the
that. Communion.
communion, as a church together. And so at first we were like, we've been trying to do this for so long. It's our very first one, and everybody's been waiting for it, and nobody's here. But in good fashion, everyone pulled in at 5 minutes after.
10:10, 10:15.
The ones that were still in town, and we were able
That's
to do
okay.
it. But
Yeah, we did
the initial part of the day, though, it was kind of rushed. Like we kind of left the house late, and we knew we had to find this key, the key that was missing last week, that we couldn't get access to hymnals and stuff. And we
Guess
found
where
it.
we found it? You want to guess?
I found it.
She found
because
it.
I find the things.
Yeah, because we already looked in the drawer. It wasn't in the drawer, but it was in the drawer.
It was in the drawer.
In the bag of mints.
And if you have toddlers, you know.
Yeah, if you know. Yeah, I had no idea. I couldn't find it. So yeah, we got that. We had a good service anyway, and then we had a visitor in. Well, she would be for the English service, but she came to the Spanish service. I don't know
We
why.
had a miscommunication about the hour, but
Yeah.
I met her this week in the store, and she just saw the kids and asked why we were here. And as soon as she heard that we had a church, she was just very excited.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Ukraine, and imagine all the way in Puerto Rico, we have the
Been for a long
opportunity
time.
to minister to someone from the Ukraine. With all the stuff that's going on, she still has family there and friends there, and just in tears about what's going on there.
Yeah.
And we've been following it a little bit, and we know what's going on. And so we were able to talk to that a little bit. But she's looking for a church, and she made the statement that just like a passion fruit needs something to grow on, that we need the church. We need the church in order to be able to grow,
Yep.
and she's been missing that. And
Yep.
she came.
And she's also excited that we're not asking for her money because apparently other churches
Yeah.
have been asking for her money a lot, which is
We're finding that a
kinda
lot
sad.
here.
Mhm.
They're
So they don't
surprised
wanna
that
go
we don't
there.
pass a plate. They're surprised that we don't say anything about tithing and
Yep.
and that sort of thing.
Nope. I told her
it's free will.
we teach generosity, and I don't ask, especially new people. I don't ever emphasize money to new people. I don't want them to think we're here for their money because I know they get that a lot. And
Yeah.
oh yes, yeah, we have a box over there if you want.
Yeah.
It's fine, but we're never going to ask for your money. And
Yeah.
we don't teach tithing. We teach generosity, and that is through the church or to your neighbor or whatever it might be. All of the above, but just live generously. And
So
that's-
yeah, we have, it seems like 3 new people right now that we're going to be working with. We're going to be working with
Yep.
possibly her, and then with Alexander, and then a younger couple. So with all 3 of them, most likely we're going to have to sort out some things. We don't know their backgrounds. They probably have baggage or different beliefs, backgrounds, and so there's
Yep.
a lot of questions. And so with that comes a lot of opportunity to really be able to reach them and help them. And one of our biggest goals here is we knew the areas it's just inundated with religion, but we want to make sure that they are not confused, that they are very sure in their salvation, and
Yeah.
and to for the first time in their lives to be sure.
Go this way now. Arms getting tired. Sorry. I told you the phone's so heavy. Anyway. Sorry. Yeah,
That's
we
awesome.
so we have a lot of new opportunities now to help sort through those things, and
I just stand on my toes.
is this better? Not bad. I don't know how to do selfies, let alone hold the thing.
Yeah, but the service is good. I
we
had
had a good time.
Spanish service and then English service. It wasn't. This is the first week that the English wasn't bigger than the Spanish. I think.
Yeah, which is kind of not like a
And
contest
then
or anything, but
what else we do?
we did,
Isaac,
we did the Lord's Supper. Oh, we did the Lord's Supper. That was really nice to be able to do that together. And
was good.
I don't, have you guys used the little cups, the ones with the individual opening packet ones? Because they're really hard to open, especially in front of the church. When you're
Yeah, that
trying to
has
do the
both the
thing.
wafer and the thing already
Yeah, if
done.
you use
so
those,
you
like,
don't have
is
to
there a
worry about
trick,
filling
like a
it.
hack to open those faster? Let me know, because like,
I was thinking.
all right, we're gonna have the bread now. How do you open the bread if you don't have fingernails?
We were also concerned that doing the communion would cause some division in the church of the ones who haven't been baptized yet, or
Yeah.
ones who are not quite there yet. But it didn't seem to cause it
No.
at all, and it was just a really sweet time.
Yeah, it was nice. Yep, and then I forgot to give the lady a cup. She just wanted. She's like, I want one.
Oops.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Go pass by our chair. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, we enjoyed doing that.
It was
this
the first
morning.
time we will
Good
be
time.
able
We
to
started a new
continue
series today. We talked about being on mission. I know some of you probably use that phrase a lot. It's but it's not used here, so we're using it. I stole it, and we're going to use it. Matthew chapter 10. Trying to get church to encourage to do their own ministries and realize that it's not just pastors and missionaries. But I also am trying to get them almost like a missions month, kind of get them to remember our missionaries as we get closer to Christmas time, and the Sanabrias in Colombia and the Chacon family in Ohio, and start mentioning them. Probably going to mention them every week, next couple of weeks, as we get ready for Christmas season coming up. But just let them know that you do have a job here. You are called, and
Seeing the need isn't
just
enough.
like seeing the need. That was the theme. Yeah, good job. You were listening.
I was listening?
impressed. Yeah, I forgot that already. Can't say it without waving my arms, and my arm's busy. But yeah,
We
anyway.
see the need all the time, but we think somebody should do something about that.
Yeah.
And
Fortunately, the
Sometimes we're
neighbor
at-
dude said somebody should help him get that cistern over the wall, and he came over and helped. I might
Yeah.
use that example next week.
that's awesome.
I should use that this morning. It would have been great. Great illustration.
Somebody will stop and help that person on the side of the road. Somebody will stop.
Yep.
There's plenty of people to help.
Just like in Puerto Rico.
Sometimes it's us.
Puerto Rico has not been reached with the gospel. In case you are curious about that, there is much more work to be done
A
here.
lot of religion.
A lot of religion.
A lot of religion.
We've been studying this a lot this week. We're working also on our partnership process. I don't know what you call it exactly, fundraising, but partnership processing, fundraising for our ministry and things like that. It's been actually taking up a lot of our time this week. We're working
Yeah.
on it a lot.
Organizing for our longevity on the
Yeah.
field. You know, we have to have somebody that's, if you're familiar with the phrase, holding the ropes. Someone that is allowing ministers to serve people who are set apart for ministry to be more available, and that
Yeah.
requires people on our part,
Partners,
so
yeah.
our partners to be able to invest. And it's not so that they can just feel good about themselves or whatever, but we are called as Christians to be generous, and the question is not will I be generous, the question is to who.
To whom? To whom?
To whom
Yeah.
are you going to be generous? And if it is to be supporting a missionary, if it is to do something else, is to ask God, who is it?
Yeah.
And so we've been having, sometimes talking to some people, and we have some meetings upcoming in order to invite them to be a partner with our ministry.
Yep, we'll be doing a lot of that over the next couple of months. We have some goals in mind, and if you want to know more about that, contact us. We'll share it with you personally. But we sent out probably about 200 invites this week to get started. It's very similar to what you're probably familiar with the deputation process, if you're familiar with that way things work, but it's more individualized with families and individuals versus just with churches.
And just inviting.
It's interesting. We get a chance to teach some people maybe through this process and minister to them as well. We people that are asking questions about their own churches and where they are in their life and ministry, and people with their own, pray for people that have somebody's dad has cancer, just different things we're finding out, people we haven't talked to in a long while. And so it's not just for us, it's a way to minister to them and,
Yeah.
and build new relationships with people that we know, but we don't know them that well or we haven't talked to in a long
Yeah,
time.
we talked to one who
It's,
she was looking for a church she hasn't had, and another one, two of them actually, that they haven't felt belonging in a church
Yeah.
in a long time, and just trying to help them understand,
Yeah.
the steps they can do, or maybe even find through the connections that we have a place where they can really belong and grow and get rooted.
I guess we turned the van on
Yeah,
and the windshield wipers are on for no apparent reason.
those babies.
Babies.
But it's just asking each one to just ask God, would God have them partner with us? And if not, then that's okay. But who else, are they investing in for the kingdom work? That way, the work that you're doing is more than just survival, more than just providing for your family, but it's actually investing in God's work and what He does. That way, you're able to reap rewards that are eternal and not just for this life.
Not just
only.
for us. Not just for us. But we've been doing a lot of that. It's been a process of organization and making lists and starting to do all the things. But once we get it rolling, it's going to be a lot. You know, we're enjoying it, part of it already, as we get it worked out. But
Yeah.
if you have any more questions about that, we'll talk to you about it. But.
And in other news, we had Isak for the first time
Oh,
came
yeah.
to kids class.
Yay.
If you don't know, but this is a boy who is so attached to his mother, and he is big now. He's not in diapers anymore, and
Is he like
his mother
5
has
now?
been. He's
6?
Four. He
4.
just turned 4 over the summer.
Okay.
And she's been trying to get him to come. His sister, his big sister, already comes, but he is so attached to his mom, and she even has a hard time with Head Start. And he came, and he stayed, and he participated, and that was great. That was just an amazing thing.
Yep.
And then afterwards, able to enjoy a conversation with mom and grandma both about this idea of baptism. What does it mean? And she wasn't really quite sure about it, but I invited her to think about it kind of like a wedding. You know, with a wedding, you're celebrating your family, you're celebrating this new life that's being added to your family, you're celebrating the fact that your family is not dying, it has this new generation.
Yep.
And that's a time of celebration. It's not just this serious, mandate thing, nor is it all eyes on you as a person getting baptized, but it is a focus on Christ, like what God is doing, because he's adding more people to his church.
Yep.
And so it's a public, making your calling, your thing that Christ has done in your life public, is because your faith is supposed to flow out of you in order to be a part of who you are in the community. So
Kids are pushing a button on the gate. I'm going to have to go stop that in a second.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, it's good. They're all
That's exciting.
excited
Yep.
because we're having a birthday party for the
Sarah,
princess.
yeah, who wouldn't be on video today? She's sitting there doing her favorite thing, reading a book.
And
There's no Brooks today.
she's a bit of a sugarholic, and she
We have
is
Rice Krispie
excited
treats.
because we made.
Where did
Rice
you get that
Krispie
from?
treats. And yeah.
I don't know.
They call them here
Says the
dulcera.
donut guy.
They call them dulceras or dulceros here.
Yep.
And she's a bit of a sugarholic, all things sweet.
Yep.
And
So I
so
brought the Pepsi home for the party.
she's also a little bit strange. She asked for maggot loaf for birthday to eat dinner. And if you don't know,
If you know what maggot loaf is, you can be our friend. If you don't,
it's from a book
you
series.
gotta read Wing Feather. Best,
from a book
best
series.
books ever.
And so she asked for that for her birthday. And Sarah is
Eccentric.
she's a princess, but she's not super girly. She's just kind of eccentric.
Eclectic, eccentric.
Yeah, she's in her
Boho.
own world, and she doesn't
I don't
care.
know. No, she doesn't care.
She doesn't
No,
care.
she, well, I
It's
don't
great.
From the birthday party though, which I don't know about that yet. But she made sure to mention that he was coming. So yeah, there's that.
We'll see. So yeah, for a little bit of a busy day, but it's good stuff.
And then we got a meeting this afternoon, so we got a
Yeah.
busy afternoon coming up. But and I'll keep the kids from playing with the gate, so I don't have to replace Mr. Lorenzo's electric gate.
Okay, it's
And
not
we gotta
raining,
read
so
that.
maybe the dog won't be brown.
Ah, it feels great. Yeah.
Maybe the house won't be brown.
Yep. But anyway, that's our week. That's what we've been up to, and we had a good Sunday. We're excited about it. See what happens next week. Everybody, pray for the folks that are traveling. They come back. We can get, found out this morning one of our folks had his aunt died today or yesterday, so he was out for that this morning as well.
And Pedro is battling with his blood pressure
Is he?
and diabetes. He was up
Yeah.
all night, and he was here, but he's
Yep.
struggling.
Yep. He's still everybody. But
He's
then
struggling
he
more
was
in
like,
his
"Oh,
age.
I love his voice. He sings so well." Like you should hear him when he's having trouble with it lately. But you should hear him when he sings. Yeah, he sings. We love hearing him sing.
His age is showing, and
Yep.
we're still trying to make sure he has purpose where
Yep.
he's at.
Yep.
So.
He's doing that though. He's
Can I
enjoying it.
squash something into a cup?
Anyway, all right. Well,
Apparently, the kids are filling stuff
the
in
minions
van
are
and-
playing in the front of the van, and you heard the van crank
have
up.
to go into
We
it.
have to go deal with that, and yeah. So anyway, I guess we'll see you next week.
Adios.
Goodbye, everybody.